This is what surveying hills is all about. Look at that. It's not ours though this morning.
Good.
It does look very good. We've come across these couple of people. Here's one of them. And name please?
Dave.
Hiya Dave, nice to meet you. You look very relaxed, Dave.
Oh, I am, yes. It's nice to be out in the country, isn't it?
It's beautiful and what a stunning morning.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Well, nice to meet you, Dave. And here's Dave's friend.
Good morning, I'm Jeff.
Hiya Jeff. Jeff is chief cook by the look of it.
I'm the chef today.
He is the chef today, and that looks fantastic. I think there should be 5 eggs in there though, Jeff. So
yeah, Oliver couldn't come up and cook for us, so we had to do it ourselves. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much both anyway.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Cheers. And we're back in the area of Bryn Brith, Pared y Cefn-hir, and we're going to look at the at least one, if not.
If you go up on the ridge there, you can see Barmouth, you know.
Ah, brilliant, thank you. We're going to look at least one, if not 2, of the critical coal positions. There are 3 main ones to look at, but hours a daylight are quickly running out, so we'll see how much we can do today. And let's go to, if I swing around to John, here we get the sun in the background. So what are your thoughts on today, John?
Well, we're back here again. Very, very similar today. The weather was when we came here 2 or 3 weeks ago. Beautiful sunshine, but much colder. So we're now going to investigate the various bwlchs. Probably won't get it completed today, but first thing we're going to do is go over to the other side of the lake, which is there's probably a couple of hours work there. We're going to have to probably flag it out and then find the bwlch point and hopefully collect an hour or so of GPS data there, and then maybe come back here and repeat what we did last time. If we have time, then go to a third position, but we'll probably have to come back again to complete the work.
So a long day.
It's going to be a long day, yeah. Lot to do.
So it could be, as you said, 3 visits in all.
Could be.
Before we complete the task, but
yeah.
Stunning day, isn't it?
Oh, fantastic, yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go over
-3, quite cold. Yeah.
I'll go over to Graham and see if Graham's got any comments. Hi, Graham.
Hi there, mate.
How's things? You all right?
You just got me putting my clothes on.
So, any further comments that?
I think John said it all, really. I mean, it's deja vu, isn't it? We were here, doesn't seem very long ago, and we got a bit of data for the coal, but realised how complicated it was before we came, and got a lot of work to do. So it's over to the far side today. Suss that out. We should get some data here as well to supplement what we got last time, and perhaps if it's still light, we'll go over and look at that third one.
It's. I think it's going to be a good day, Graham. But I think it would be even better if they got more sausages and bacon in their frying pan for us.
Yeah, it's criminal, isn't it? That aroma going up your nose. I hate them.
The smell is going. They're just about. They're beginning to eat. So, well, thank you very much. I may just go back over there and see.
Snuffle a sausage.
Yeah, see if I can get a mouthful of sausage. You sure you don't want me to test out any of this before you?
All right, we'll manage.
Are you positive? It could be sort of poisoned or something, couldn't it? I could volunteer to be the guinea pig.
All local produce.
Look at that. That's the way to start a day. Oh, yummy, yummy. Well, thanks very much, both.
You're welcome.
It's very kind of you.
I think you're giving us ideas of retentive kit now.
Yeah, we're going to need to get some more.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago,
I've got the chairs. I've got the chairs.
So,
I've got a stove. Yeah.
just setting the scene of what the plan is today. And if I bring you over here, there are some absolutely beautiful reflections in the lake this morning. There's a few little ripples just starting up over the last 10 or 15 minutes. When we first arrived, I took some photographs, and it's quite stunning. The best view to see this is as you're viewing this from the right hand side of the lake, because then you're looking across all the expanse of the lake. towards the summit of Pared y Cefn-hir, but just for now I'll leave you with that view. This is Graham. He's just about to switch on the equipment.
Now, just note how complicated this procedure is. It's taken hours of training.
And what it involves is pressing one button.
And the way you press it is very, very crucial to the whole procedure.
So we're about 25 metres from the lake, aren't we?
Yeah, approximately.
So Graham will await to make sure that it's picking up satellites, and one of the LEDs will flash when that is when that happens. And if I come to John, hi John, I'm going to disturb you again, I'm afraid.
Hello.
And if I come around the back of you, so we got the sunlight on you, otherwise you'll be a dark
Don't
silhouette.
stand on sandwiches.
What have we done since we've arrived
We've come now
here?
to the other side of the lake. We weren't sure at this point whether this was an outflow from the lake or an inflow. It turns out to be an outflow. So if it's an outflow from the lake, then this has obviously got to be the same height as the other side of the lake was an outflow. So what we've done, we've set up we found a GPS position here, which is a little way from the lake, so we don't get any reflections from the lake. And we've measured the height difference between the point we're setting up there and the outflow over there, so we've got a correction to make for the GPS. So we've set the GPS up now, and we're going to collect half an hour's data.
Brilliant.
Let's see what number comes out at.
And we've got one.
But one good thing about this point is that this being an outflow, it's now eliminated quite a number of positions around here that we thought we would have to survey. So that's been quite helpful.
And there's one more in this area, a couple of hundred metres
Yeah,
away
we'll have to
there.
go and do that after, yeah.
Yeah, but that looks as if it's going to be an inflow, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
From another
we'll
lake.
have to go and have a look, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So-
it's simpler than we thought.
Okay, cheers,
Yep.
John. And any comments, Graham?
Not really, Merlin. I think very pleased that we've eliminated a couple of potential coal positions without having to do any further work, which will shorten the day and give us perhaps some time to go and look at the other coal at the road junction, which is what you were hoping we might be able to do earlier, wasn't it? You got it all planned, hadn't you?
Planned it all out. Whether it was going to take effect, I don't know. But I think we were all thinking the same way, weren't we? To come over here and look at this first.
Yeah, I think we all sort of thought about it separately and got the same plan, basically. But as ever, you were more optimistic in that you thought we could do everything in half an hour.
Well, I don't know. But as John was saying, this may have proved very, very complicated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not simple as it is. I mean, you've got what turn out to be two outflows from the lake, but this is the official coal position, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we've got the other one over the other side of the lake, and then we've got a third one that we've got to look at the road junction. And as you rightly observed from the map, there were other potential coal positions.
Yeah.
So it is in fact probably one of the more complicated surveys I think we've undertaken.
And for those viewing this video, the position by the lake that we are now, it's on the eastern outflow side, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So it's the farthest point from the Little Minor Road that passes the lake.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, cheers, Graham. Any other comments or?
No, I don't think so. Let's get on with it and look at that position over the wall.
Okay.
Try
Cheers.
and eliminate that.
Cheers, Graham.
Cheers.
So here's the GS15 with my shadow being cast on it, and you've got the splendid ridge of Pared y Cefn-hir and Bryn Brith behind, and it's quite a stunning little hill. And I'll take you up to I'll follow the little stream as it comes out of the lake. It's rather unusual, this lake. It's got two outflows, so we may do a little bit of filming by the opposing outflow. Here's the stream, just to show you that it is actually running away from the lake and not into it. on this side of the lake, and it's a good little path coming from the car park. There's a little island in the lake as well, which adds to the pleasantness of view. Got a little footbridge, that's very handy. Should imagine this outflow would break its banks and flood occasionally. With very frosty morning, I just slipped on a rock. And there's the view looking back towards where we parked the car. And Graham's off on his travels. He's probably going to inspect the other coal option, the other side of a wall, and there's a lake up to the left as we view it from this angle, and it's probably an outflow from the lake into this lake. So I'll leave you with the view of the reflections before I close it off. There's John and Graham. And we're in one of the coal positions for Bryn Brith, which is currently a Sub-Marilyn with 149 metres of drop. And we've already surveyed that summit last time we were here, and the adjoining equal heighted on the map summit of Pared y Cefn-hir. And we've been wandering around in a bog for the last hour or so, laying a grid of flags. Vast majority are white, and we ran out, you can follow my shadow, I ran out of white flags, so we've laid 2 or 3 of green ones, all at roughly 10 paces or 10 metres apart. And there's 1, 2, 3, there's 5 rows by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So around 40 odd flags, I think. And we've set the GPS up on a 2-metre pole, had that chugging away, and you can see the staff straddling the bog. I've been wandering in the bog for well over an hour. We had did a little line survey up the channel of the bog, so I spent about half an hour with my feet immersed in water. And just shows that you can't trust what your eye tells you, because we all thought the critical coal was over at where you're looking at now, and it's not. It's in this area. Here's John coming down. I think he's on staff placement. John's taken over bog position for the next 45 minutes. So John goes. And if you immerse your feet in the bog, John, I'll give the viewers a close up. Do you want to immerse your feet in the bog?
Not really.
No, but it's all gunky stuff here.
So
look at this. Yeah, just and the whole lot like that, if not worse.
right.
So right, I have to go up, and I'm doing the readings.
Yeah. So we're just about to start this array of flags.
I was just saying, is it about 8 by 5, I think, John?
Yes, it is. Yeah, we're drawing up a grid now.
Yeah.
It's a paper, and so we're going to start in the bottom left-hand corner, compared with where Graham's standing on. Work left, right, left, right, left until we complete it.
Yep.
See what it looks like.
Cheers, thank you. And here's the GS15. Looking good on a 2-metre pole. Wow. So let's take you through the bog up towards Graham. There's a little sheep track in places. I'm just on it now. And again, the afternoon is rather stunning. So we've had 2 good days here, and we initially, when we came here today, we thought we would take another 3rd visit. But it looks as if we're going to do it in 2 visits, so we should have the result either this evening or tomorrow. It's it's already been confirmed that the higher of the two summits is Pared y Cefn-hir. So it's at least a summit positional change for the Sub-Marilyn or Bryn Brith. But who knows? Pared y Cefn-hir could be a new Marilyn. Hooray! I'll have to wait and see. I'll go and disturb Graham just for a minute. He'll tell me off now. Looking through the optics.
Comrade, we're starting.
We're starting. There we go. They're taskmasters, masters, aren't they? I'll close off. There's Graham's boots and his legs. And what we've got here are various flags implanted in the bog. And if I come up to Graham, he'll explain why.
Well, we just fancied planting them there, really, because they look nice. Well, as you know, Withing, we've done quite an extensive survey of this coll area, and I thought it was over there, but the level said that was way higher. You thought it was over there, and you were nearly right. It's a huge boggy area, but as we come this way, the ground gradually rises a little bit and then sinks and off into the valley that's behind you. And we got to sort of that point, realised this was the vicinity of the coll. We then laid out a big grid of flags, and we got lots of readings that were nearly the same because it's very flat. But lo and behold, after a lot of work, that's the coll.
And it's the coll obviously just in this one area, because
it's one of the potential colls.
Yeah,
Yes, you're quite
yeah.
right, because we've been over to the lake and we've measured on the previous visit one possible position, and today the official position of the coll, and we discounted I think about 3 other positions as well, didn't we, which were obviously lower and didn't obviously higher and didn't need any measurements. So yeah, it's been a very successful day.
And just for the viewers, to show them where this possible coll is, if I come down...
Yeah, because I know this is the only reason that you really wanted to do this, wasn't it? So you could get some shots of the hill behind, which is really spectacular.
The hill in the background, that's Pared y Cefn-hir, so it's the ground at the base of Pared y Cefn-hir. Now, if I just come around here, and if Graham follows me around and looks at the camera, what you'll now see in the back, behind Graham, is the continuation of the bog. And as you said, when we first came here, when we were crossing this point, we were looking up towards the ground at the back of you, thinking that rose uphill.
Yeah, that is obvious. That was the position, wasn't it, to the naked eye? It just shows you how bad the eye is.
And if we were to follow this heather gully going up, there's standing water towards the top, isn't there? And of course, what led us to think that was the place of the coll was the standing water, but that's all draining off.
It's draining off in the other direction,
Yeah.
isn't it? And there's water, which we're standing in now, although you've not shown it, which is draining off in that direction. And the ground just gradually rises up to this position that we're in now and then drops away. And the hill to hill, you can look over towards John and you'll see him on the line of the ground that sort of goes up onto the hill in that direction. And we're going up onto the hill sort of in this direction.
And we may even sneak another half an hour of data by one of the
I think
outflows.
we want to go back to the lake, don't we, just for the fun of it, and sneak another half hour's worth of data we got in the position we got last time.
But that's ever so close to where the car
It's right next
will
to
be
where the
parked.
cars
Yeah,
are parked,
yeah.
So we should be able to do that all right.
Right, well, cheers, Graham, for that. Thank you very much. I'd like to just pan around and show the viewers the stunning scenery that...
I'm showing those crags
there we
again.
are. I know, it's gorgeous, isn't it? But that was just illuminated about 20 odd minutes ago when the sun was ever so low. The sun's now gone behind some of the hills.
Absolutely spectacular, isn't it? It
Yeah,
really is.
stunning day. So, but as you can see from the ground that we're on, very, very flat in the valley to valley direction. There's a wall in the middle centre of the picture there, and the wall and the ground to the opposite side then starts to go downhill. And likewise with the wall at the back beyond ground there, that's where the little minor road is, they're heading down towards the coast. There's Pared y Cefn-hir in the background, Bryn Brith beyond. And what we're looking at there is another wall way off in the distance. There's 1P30 in the middle of the picture there. And the wall there, the ground beyond that goes downhill again. So we've done a very, very good job in this area. We thought it may take some time. It has. But I think we're all quite pleased with what we've done. And there's John having his butties. So I'll leave you with that view.
Right, so here I am to give the results of our second day's survey on Bryn Brith, Pared y Cefn-hir. And I'm not even going to try and remember the numbers because there's so many of them that Marilyns has very kindly written down for us. So here we go. The first option for the col, the OS got a value of 234 metres. We set up the GPS on the bed of the outflow from the lake, and our result was 233.7 metres, so that was very close. We then went to the western outflow of the lake and set up there, and the OS value over that side, not surprisingly, is 234 metres, and we got a value of 233.63 metres. So that was very good agreement yet again, and that was a repeat of the first day's survey. We also took the opportunity at the same time to take measurements from the surface of the water just to prove that water was level, and lo and behold we got a result to within 1 centimetre on both sides of the lake. So there we are, we've proved that water is actually level. Now on to the third option for the col, which was about 1 kilometre away at a road junction or thereabouts, and the Ordnance Survey map data indicated it was about 230 to 240 metres. We extensively surveyed that because by eye it was very, very difficult to tell just where the col was, and in fact it was a line, as I remember it, that ran somewhere near the road junction and then across the field. When you first looked at it by eye you thought it was further away underneath the hill, but that turned out not to be the case. So we spent a long time there, and to cut a long story short, the GPS gave a value of 237.3 metres, so it was actually about 4 metres higher than the cols by the lake. So, summarising all the results that we've got, the highest point of the hill is Pared y Cefn-hir, and that came in at 383.0 metres. The height of its critical col is 233.7 metres, so that gives a drop of 149.3 metres, which is less than 150 metres, and so therefore Pared y Cefn-hir, Bryn Brith, retains its Sub-Marilyn status. The summit is now clearly transferred from Bryn Brith to Pared y Cefn-hir.